Welcome to the Ad Expert Podcast.
It's great to be here.
I was looking at the state of digital marketing this morning, just scrolling through my feeds, and it honestly feels a bit like walking into a massive, crowded party.
Where everyone is shouting.
Everyone is shouting at you at the same time.
Yeah.
You've got people yelling about TikTok, others panicking about the latest algorithm update, and then a whole group in the corner just obsessing over AI tools. It's just noise.
It is. And for a business owner, that's expensive noise. You're effectively burning cash if you don't know how to filter it.
Right.
And the problem is that most businesses, they just react to that noise by shouting back. They panic, throw up some ads, post random stuff because they feel like they have to.
Hoping something sticks.
Exactly. We call that random acts of marketing.
Random acts of marketing. I love that. It sounds exhausting.
And incredibly expensive, which is why I'm actually really glad we're walking through our source material today.
Right.
We're focusing on a very practical guide called How to Create a Full Funnel Digital Marketing Strategy.
It's written by Sam Ashrafi, dated February 11, 2026. And we're looking at it through the lens of the agency behind it, Ad Expert.
Right. They're a Los Angeles-based team, and they have over a decade in, the trenches of online marketing and web development.
Which I think is important. Reading through their material, it's clear they've declared war on that random approach we were just talking about.
They have. It's a necessary war. Their whole philosophy, and this is what we're going to unpack, is that marketing isn't a slot machine. It's not about pulling a lever and hoping for a jackpot.
It's an engineering problem.
It's an engineering problem. You build a machine, a funnel, that predictably turns strangers into customers.
So that's the mission today. We're going to blueprint that machine. We'll break down this full funnel concept, decode the acronyms TOFU, MOFU, BOFU, which, honestly, they sound like items on a vegan menu.
They do sound a little culinary, yeah. But they are critical architectural terms for your business.
And we'll look at the specific tools Ad Expert uses to make it work, like live tracking and AI.
Mm-hmm.
But let's start at that 30,000-foot view, full funnel. Is that just fancy agency speak for sales pipeline?
It's similar, but there's a really crucial difference in the mindset. A sales pipeline is usually about what you, the business, are doing. I sent a contract. I made a call.
It's about your actions.
Your actions. A funnel is about what the customer is experiencing. It's the journey from their perspective.
Okay, so it's empathy as a strategy.
Exactly. I mean, think about human relationships. You meet someone, you get to know them, you build trust. Eventually, you make a commitment.
You don't propose on the first date.
You don't propose on the first date. If you do, you come across as desperate or spammy. In digital marketing, that's hitting a cold audience with a buy now ad. It converts terribly, costs a fortune, and it just annoys people.
So this is all about respecting the timeline.
Respecting the timeline. That's a perfect way to put it.
Okay, let's get into the stages then. Sam Ashrafi's guide breaks this down into 3 layers. Let's start at the very top. TOFU.
Right. TUFA. Top of funnel. This is the awareness stage. If we stick to the relationship analogy, this is locking eyes across the room.
So to be clear, you are not selling here at all.
Absolutely not selling. If you sell here, you lose. The goal of TOFU is purely to solve a problem or answer a question for someone. You're casting a wide net. You're providing value first.
Okay, give me an example. Let's say I sell high-end ergonomic office chairs. What does my TOFU look like?
Good one. Okay. Your TOFU is not a picture of the chair with a price tag. Your TOFU is a blog post titled, Why Your Lower Back Hurts at 3 p.m.
Ah, I see.
Or maybe a quick video on 3 stretches for desk workers. You're addressing their pain, not your product.
You're positioning yourself as a helpful resource.
You are earning the right to talk to them again later. You're just flagging them down and saying, hey, I get your problem.
And this must tie into what Ad Expert mentions about SEO and semantic keywords. Because I'm not searching for your brand name, I'm searching for back pain.
Yes, that's a key technical point. See, in the old days, you'd just stuff office chair into your text 50 times. But Google is way smarter now. It uses semantic search. It understands intent.
So Google knows that if I search how to fix posture, I might eventually want a chair, even if I didn't type the word chair.
Precisely. And if your article on posture is the most helpful one out there, Google makes the introduction. That's successful TOFU. You caught their attention.
Okay, so we've waved hello. They know we exist. Now we move into the middle. MOFU. Middle of funnel.
The messy middle.
Why do you call it messy?
Because This is where everyone drops off. This is the nurturing phase. The customer knows they have a problem, they know you exist, but they are not convinced you're the solution. Not yet.
They're shopping around.
They're shopping around, they're skeptical, they're looking at your competitors.
So how do you keep them from wandering off?
You have to deepen the relationship. You move from just a helpful tip to being an expert authority. The guide suggests things like webinars, detailed case studies, product demos.
So this is like moving from a casual chat to a deep conversation.
It is. You're proving your worth. And the most critical tool here, and the source material is very specific about this, is email marketing.
It's funny. I feel like I hear email is dead every year.
It will never die because it's a direct line of communication that you own. An algorithm can't hide your post. An email lands in the inbox.
So what's the strategy?
Late nurturing. You offer something valuable, maybe the PDF guide on office ergonomics, in exchange for their email.
And once you have that email, you just sell to them.
No, you don't spam them. You use automated sequences. You send them a case study. Then a few days later, a comparison chart showing why your lumbar support is scientifically better. You guide them.
You're building trust on autopilot.
You are, but you have to be careful. The guide warns against one-size-fits-all content. You wouldn't talk to a freelancer buying one chair the same way you'd talk to an office manager buying 500, you know.
That makes total sense. Okay, so we've nurtured them. They trust us. They want the chair, but they haven't pulled out the credit card yet. We're at BOFU, bottom of funnel.
The closing phase. This is where, politeness stops and business begins.
This is the proposal.
This is the proposal. The goal here is simple. Remove friction. Why aren't they buying? Is it the price? Is it risk?
So this is where we finally see the 20% off coupon.
Yes. Discounts, free trials, limited time offers, strong calls to action CTAs. The guide emphasizes that at this stage, you need to be direct. Buy now. Sign up.
It's intriguing. If you say buy now at the TOFU stage, it's rude.
Right.
But at the BOFU stage, it's actually helpful. You're telling them what to do next.
Context is everything. You've earned the right to ask for the sale.
Okay, so that's the structure. TOFU, MOA, BOFU. But I want to push back a little. It sounds great on paper, but people are chaotic. They read a blog, vanish for 3 weeks, come back, look at pricing, leave again. How do you manage that without losing your mind?
That is the million-dollar question. And this is where we have to pivot to what AdExpert actually does. Because a strategy without data is just a guess.
You need a feedback loop.
You need a feedback loop. You have to know what's actually happening inside that chaos. The source material talks a lot about data-driven insights.
What metrics are we looking at? Because I feel like people just look at final sales and ignore everything else.
You have to measure the transition points. That's the secret. So, for example, if you have 10,000 people reading your blog, your TOU is huge, but only 5 people give you their email for the MOFU stage.
Then your net has a giant hole in it.
Exactly. You don't have a traffic problem, you have a trust problem. Your content is interesting, but not compelling.
That's a great diagnostic.
Or the other way around. Let's say thousands of people are on your email list, but nobody's buying. Well, maybe your price is wrong, or your checkout process is broken. By looking at the conversion rates between stages, you can pinpoint where the leak is.
That makes the problem solvable, doesn't it? It's not just marketing isn't working. It's our email capture is weak.
Exactly. It takes the emotion out of it. And this is where AdExpert takes it a step further with what they call real-time marketing insights and live tracking.
I wanted to ask about that. Live tracking sounds impressive, but what does it really mean? Why does it matter if I see the data now versus at the end of the month?
Okay, imagine you're driving a car down a winding road. Would you rather look through the windshield or have a passenger take a Polaroid and show it to you 10 minutes later?
I prefer the windshield. The Polaroid sounds like a crash waiting to happen.
Exactly. But most agencies operate on the Polaroid model. They send you a PDF report. Here's what happened in January. By the time you see a campaign is failing, you've already wasted 30 days of budget. You've already crashed.
That is a terrifying thought for a business owner.
Live tracking is the windshield. It gives you a bird's eye view right now.
So if an ad starts tanking on a Tuesday morning,
you kill it by Tuesday lunch. You don't wait. This agility is so critical because the digital world changes by the hour. A competitor launches a sale, an algorithm shifts. If you aren't watching live, you're vulnerable.
And this pairs with their use of AI, right?
Yeah.
The source mentions innovative AI solutions.
It does. And they're not just using AI to write funny poems. They use it for campaign optimization and targeting.
What does that mean for the funnel?
It means the AI analyzes all those thousands of data points in real time. It can predict user behavior. It might see, okay, this specific person just read 3 blog posts and looked at the pricing page. They're ready for a BOFU offer.
So the AI serves them a discount code.
While it's serving a brand new user an educational video, it personalizes the funnel for every single person at scale. A human just can't do that manually.
I want to touch on the team for a second. We mentioned Sam Ashrafi, the strategist, but the source also mentions Ahsan Abulwadi.
Yes, Ahsan. He's listed as the expert in SEO and professional analytics.
It feels like they represent the two sides of this coin. Sam is the strategy, the architecture. Ahsan is the mechanics, the data, the tracking.
You need both. A great strategy with bad data is just flying blind. And great data with no strategy is just a spreadsheet of numbers. It's a really strong signal that their leadership understands the whole picture.
And they're based in Los Angeles. The source brings this up a few times. In a world where I can hire anyone, anywhere, does being in LA actually matter?
It matters if your customers are in LA, or if you need to understand a hyper-competitive local market. The source mentions using competitor analysis and past data specifically for the LA market.
It is a unique beast, isn't it?
It is. Trends there move faster than almost anywhere else. The search terms are different. If you want to break into that market, having a team that knows the terrain is a huge advantage.
So let's zoom out. We built the funnel. We have the content for each stage, the tracking. What is the ultimate result? Is it just sales?
Well, sales are the goal, obviously. But the text mentions another metric, CLV, customer lifetime value.
Okay, break that down. Why does a funnel improve that?
Because a full funnel strategy is based on trust, the customers you get tend to be better customers. They stay longer, they buy more, they refer their friends.
Because you didn't trick them into buying, you courted them.
Right. If you trick someone with a clickbait ad, they might buy once, but they'll probably never come back. If you educate them, nurture them, and then facilitate the sale, they feel good about the purchase. They trust you. That increases their lifetime value.
So the ROI isn't just on the first transaction, it's on the loyalty that follows.
That is the holy grail. That's how you build a real brand, not just a sales spike.
This has been a really comprehensive look at a pretty jargon-heavy topic. I think we've successfully decoded the menu.
I think so. No more mystery meat.
Before we wrap up, I want to pose a challenge. We've talked about this ideal data-driven machine that Ad Expert describes, but most people aren't there.
Oh, very few are.
So if you, the listener, had to audit your own marketing right now, be honest.
Yeah.
If a stranger clicks on your ad today, what happens next?
That's the scary question.
Do you hold their hand and guide them? Or do you just drop them on your homepage and hope they figure it out?
Are you building a bridge, or are you just shouting from the other side of the river?
And crucially, are you driving with your eyes on the windshield, using live data, or are you staring at a Polaroid from last month?
It's the difference between reacting to the market and leading it.
A full funnel strategy sounds like a lot of work to set up, but the alternative seems to be just shouting into the void and burning money.
The setup is the hard part, but once the machine is built, it runs. That's the beauty of it.
Once the machine is built, it runs.
I like that. We'll leave it there. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the Ad Expert methodology. Hopefully, your next marketing move is a little less random.
Always a pleasure.
See you on the next deep dive.